Get your water. You're gonna be thirsty. It's gonna be a doozy. Here they are making me do it at what time of night? I'm not even sure. I think it's after 10 p.m. in my neck of the woods. Alright, let's go over here. So, oh, it's really zoomy. Hold on, that's not ideal. Oops, I just dumped water. We're in our pajamas in my bedroom with the black light. Check her out. Isn't she pretty? Ooh, the tree, the tree. Alright, you guys. How in the world? Let's plug this in. I got you guys all set up on my bed. Look. Check it out. Oh, my incense is out. I'm gonna light my candles too, just for you. Oh, my fingers. Alright, let's see what we get. Let's see. Let's light the candle. I'm getting under the covers because it is chilly. Oops, I forgot. I made a mess. I better clean the water up. Tanya. Where's your brain? Mercy. Oh, that's one way. Love and money. La 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 la. So I just spoke love and money into my water. Plus some la 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 la. Just for good measure. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Ooh, yes. Nice. Blankets are wonderful. It turns out South Carolina does not stay hot for long. They're really dramatic over here with the weather. Alright, so first I'm going to tell you a story to give people time to get here. Alright, so, ooh, check out my pretty, ooh, look at my pretty painting and my pretty shirt. Can you actually see it? Let's see. Oh, that's from Dreamfest last year in 2022. If you look really close, you can see it in the artwork. Yeah. All right, so get out of my face. Don't look at me like that. So on my journey, I had to learn to accept a lot of new and different things about myself. And new and different ways that spirit would show up for me and show me the truth of things. And I had to learn how to recognize that this is a sign when it was a sign. So they kept bringing it back to mind because I did share this story the other day with a friend that oh my gosh, this is somebody I barely knew in childhood, but I shared this story with them. Spirit brings things out. I don't know why. Okay, so you know how I always use that phrase, pearls before swine, Tanya. So my dog's like, don't use that tone of voice. So in this special silver pill jar that was my great-great-grandmother's, as near as I know, I keep now I keep 3 pearls and a piece of amethyst. So, pearl number 1. I kept hearing the phrase, wolf in sheep's clothing, Tanya. Wolf in sheep's clothing. And I had my hopes set on a certain human, and I was not willing to recognize what was going on behind my back because I wasn't recognizing what my intuition really was. I thought it was my imagination, you know. And I thought, because of the things they were showing me, I thought I was getting paranoid and starting to think really negative somehow. And I really was like confused for a while. So they gave me when there was a metaphorical stab in the back going on, they gave me a literal stab in the back pain that put me down for a few days. And a certain person who I had my hopes set on was not very understanding about my need to go sleep in a real bed for a few days, because I was sleeping on an air mattress, and I didn't really understand what was going on with the whole metaphorical thing. I didn't realize what was actually going on. I was being really stupid. Blind. I was blind. So it came up about casting pearls before swine. And I had to look it up. Do not cast your pearls before swine. Okay, so because they will turn around and rend you limb from limb. And one day I was bending over to pet this cat that was a friend of mine, a feral cat that I fed sometimes and stuff. And she kind of winded through my legs, and as I turned, petting her, behind me was walking this person that I should have been paying closer attention to. And at their feet lay this pink pearl. And so I picked it up, and I heard the phrase in my head, and I laughed, and I looked at the person, and I was like, huh, I just found a pearl at your feet. And tra-la-la-la, I just went on with my life, not paying attention. But I saved the pearl. I was having dreams that were telling me that this person was not faithful to me. And I would tell the person about the dreams, and they would laugh and call me crazy and all kinds of stuff. And meanwhile, also suddenly getting angry at me and disappearing for however long out of nowhere, like ridiculous reasons to get upset with someone and take off. And I didn't see what was going on because I didn't want to. So pretty soon this person comes up to me and says, I almost stepped on this today. It's a black pearl. And I was like, oh wow. And I started to hand it back, and he said, no, keep it. And so I did, and I took note. I took note of it. I started paying attention to what Spirit was saying to me. I started listening when they told me to be somewhere, suddenly do something out of nowhere, go drive someplace, take a look at things. So I started doing it, and I learned a lot. And I just let it go. I forgave. But eventually, Spirit, God, Creator, Source, Love, got me the hell out of there. Pardon my Spanish. Someone bought me a plane ticket so I could come and take care of my stepdad, my daddy, because he was not doing well, and he had just been diagnosed with cancer. So we thought, well, I'll come. I thought, and I know my dad thought that I would come, and pretty soon we would beat this thing. It would be okay. Everything was going to be okay. And so I got the call on Valentine's Day this year, 2023. And the next day I was on a plane off the island. And the day that I walked into my dad's hospital room where they were admitting him from the emergency room to an actual room was that person who was the pigs that were rending me limb from limb. It was their birthday and I was gone. And it's because they deserved it. I spent my birthday by myself because of them and their spiteful, cheating bullcrap. So anyway, as I worked on healing all of that and dealing with the loss of my dad, he died on the 5th day. And then trying to figure out, after everything that was said and everything that came about, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be? How am I going to live? I'm in South Carolina still. And things got really rough for a while. I started seeing that my views were declining, so I knew someone was reporting content. I just didn't know who or why for certain. Because I was going from, oh my gosh, like a 5-hour live event, 275 views, down to like, first it was like 250 views, and then 175 views, and then 75 views, and then 24 views. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Someone's got to be doing something, reporting my content so it's not getting shared as much. It's not getting shown as many places on the Book of Faces. I just made a rhyme. So a few weeks ago, my business page, Energetically Enhanced, went down overnight. It was unpublished. And they said for continued community standards violations. And I said, well, that's nonsense. I don't have any violations. And I went to my page and it said, good job, no violations. And I was like, what could have happened? What in the world is going on here? And the first person that I suspected was the pig. I thought, well, they finally got what they wanted. They've been reporting my content. Hey, sorry if I hurt your ears, you guys. So I'm talking to one of my favorite people in the world, an actual cousin of mine, bawling and lamenting the loss of 5 years of work. I had actually been building Energetically Enhanced since August of 2018. And this person said they couldn't imagine what could have happened, and blah blah blah. And then a few days later, I'm talking to them and they admit to me that they're back on their narcotic pills that I had helped them come clean off of their stuff years ago. They actually stayed at my house for a couple of weeks, and it was a rough road, a rough journey getting clean. I was everything in the book. They were so mad at me, but I stuck it out, and then years later they were grateful. But then here we are today. And then so that day I found out they were back on the pills. And in losing my page, I was investigating a bunch of stuff. I was trying to figure it out, and I literally took a screenshot of something and sent it to my best friend in Ohio, and she came back and she said, who is Sage Smith? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, it's an admin on your page, or in moderator, you got it on 2 groups. I guess she went and started looking at stuff once I sent her a screenshot of whatever. And I was like, I don't know anybody by that name. And so I reported that person, and I tried to remove them from my groups and my page, but since they had unpublished me, they weren't letting me make changes either. And so this person was still on there, still on there, still on there. And for whatever reason, I never mentioned it to my cousin. Until one day, a few days later, after the whole, she said that she was bragging to me about harassing some people in comments in some groups or something that she was in. Like, and she was bragging about picking on this person, like sending them terrible messages and stuff like that. And she started bragging about how they would never, it wasn't under her own name though, so, you know, nobody could report her. And then she said it was under Sage Smith. And I said, wait a minute, you're Sage Smith? So you were an admin and a moderator on my business page and in my groups, and you were using the same ID going around on the internet harassing people, hurting people on purpose with glee while attached to my business. And I immediately just let it go. She got upset with me for reporting. I told her, I said, I reported that Sage Smith. I said, because I didn't recognize that name on my business page. Why would it, like, she had changed the name to, yeah, she has more than one ID on Facebook, on social media, under different pseudonyms. So one evening I was talking to somebody that I hadn't even seen since, I don't even know. The mid 80s, late 80s. And I can't even remember what subject matter we were talking about. But I had pulled something out of my suitcase. Or no, out of an old purse that I was going to wash. And I was trying to get it to work. And it was a cartridge for a vape pen. And I was talking to this person. And, oh, I know what I was talking about. I was trying to figure out, what is this? Okay, so I was talking to this person about things. And I couldn't figure out why this vape pen cartridge wouldn't work. And I started looking down inside of it and realized there was something in there in the mouthpiece. And it was this. A pearl. A white one. So now I've got a pink one. I got a black one. And then I got the white one, the pure one, the good kind. Showed up a couple weeks ago, a week or so ago, in reference to my cousin. So I ignored it. I didn't realize that's what it was in reference to. I just made the connection to the conversations and the things that were going on in my mind at the time. Wow. Nobody's here? Nobody's here? That's crazy. We're going to pull some cards. So anyways, I blocked her because this is what had happened. What had happened was, she was talking about she was really having grouchiness and stuff, and it was coming up on the full moon, so I sent her a thing in Messenger about the full moon causing different things, and she came back at me with this message that was she came back at me sideways, out of sorts, and when I tried to say something, she said something back hateful, and so I just blocked her. I was like, you know what, this is the last thing. Like, this is it. Pay attention. Pay attention. So I blocked her there. Pretty soon I get a notification. She went over on my YouTube channel and commented on a video that talking about how
She knew she should have blocked me when I didn't stop and... I mean, they knew, sorry. This person knew that they should have blocked me back in June when I didn't stop and see them when I was in Ohio. But my visit was short. I mean, I went there for a music festival. I didn't go there to visit. Someone invited me and paid for my ticket, so my purpose was a music festival. And my dog sitter had a time limit, and so did my dog. So she wrote it on this YouTube video that she should have blocked me back then when I didn't come and see her. And right then, Spirit was like, she's been holding a grudge this whole time, going around on the internet, acting like a jerk to people, knowing that she has that name associated in your business page, your groups associated with your business page. She knew daggone well the ramifications of her actions. So now she's blocked from everything. We got to pay attention to the signs from Spirit. And wow. So this is just for the collective, the general energy at this time. What can we expect? What can we expect? What is going on? Is there anything else we need to know about? Let's get another section of the deck. So Spirit will use stuff that you already know, like Bible verses you've memorized because of how you were raised, how you were brought up, like things that your grandma would say. Like they'll bring things to mind that you already know in reference to a current situation that's supposed to be like a sign for you, a beacon, a warning, a signal, a clarification on the situation at hand, so that you actually know what is really happening. And sometimes it's really hard to accept those messages, or hard to recognize them, or hard to believe in ourselves enough to know that we're not crazy, that these things actually are meaningful. Do-do-do. I didn't know if anybody would be up this late on a Tuesday. I don't know why Spirit was pushing me to tell the Pearl story and to come online, even at all, this time of night. I just do what I'm told. Oh. That's my job. Ooh, that one was fluorescent in the black light. How fun. The color of ink that I used. Reactive. Oh, that one too. How fun. This is going to be fun. Okay, that's too much. Alright. No, it's not. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that. Oh my. Wow. Let's see. Thank you, Creator Source Love, for flowing the river of healing, sparkly bits for us to sit in for these readings, to clear and transmute any of our stresses, worries, anxieties, aches, or pains. Thank you for always guiding me with the proper words and the messages that people need to know about. Mercy. They had a lot to say in this last section of cards. Is that right? That is true. Usually I only stack those in 2 stacks, but when I brought them in here, they had me do 3. Alright, let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, ooh, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. 40 cards for the collective from the Holy Spirit Messages deck. Oh boy, I don't have my paper that tells me the dates of these things, so we're not going to be as exacting as we are usually, because I'm in my pajamas. What's the timestamp? I will do that much. Bedoop. Oh. 26:33. 26:33 HSMD. Oh, I made a rhyme again. I do it all the time, my friend. All right, first card out is Scorpio. Oh no, you guys can't read it at all. Hold on. Let me do something. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Cancel. How about now? Oh wait, it's still zoomed. Unzoom. Scorpio. Followed by lies have been told. Followed by anti. I don't know if the anti is the Scorpio in the situation. Somebody's auntie is telling lies. So, something's going to be revealed in a few weeks or months, though. Months at the most. Soul ties need cleared and removed. If you don't know how to do it, look it up on YouTube. Someone says, I could not tell you how I felt, and I regret it. Oof. It's a hard thing to have regrets. Fertility and abundance are on the way, it says. And then the next card out says Saturday. Choose the high road. Something's going to come about on Saturday. It's going to test you. You're going to have to choose the high road. Release the story of how sick or downtrodden or poor you are, and tell the story of healing and abundance and a recovery. Ooh, here we go again with somebody is lying. So maybe it's somebody more than just the auntie. And then stand up for those without a voice. Be the love. Yes. Someone is out of balance. How are you like your father? How are you different? Embrace all aspects of yourself, light and dark, and you have to release your parents for their mistakes. Ooh, this one says, I am not good enough for you. Somebody says. It won't show it as it really is. It's like glowing in the black light here. That kind of shows it. I'm not good enough for you. Someone feels like they're not good enough. And then we have May or June. Something is going to come about. This one's fluorescent too. I wish it would show. May or June, the next card. I kept you around for the benefits and my own selfish wants. And then the next card is Virgo. And the next card after Virgo is Dark Night of the Soul. So somebody, maybe a Virgo, is going through a Dark Night of the Soul. I think Virgo season is like, is it right? Yeah, is it right meow? On that system I found. This says, allow death and transformation to be a lesson. And then start writing that book. Yes. If you have a tale to tell, tell it. Even if your art is tall tales, find a new perspective. Do not seek revenge. Forgive and release. They will learn the lesson God's way. Creator, source, love. Leave that up. Yeah. Leave it up to karma. Don't try to get revenge or anything like that. Spiritual quest, calling, or mission. Figure out what your spiritual calling is. What is your mission? What are you supposed to bring to the planet? Ooh, somebody is being jealous, because this says jealousy is ugly. Be the love. Do not allow tradition or religion to prevent love. And this card says, see a doctor, followed by Aries, followed by cousin. So your Aries cousin maybe needs to see a doctor, or Aries needs to see a doctor and your cousin is somebody who is lying. Can you even read cousin? It's amazing that that come out, because it's one of the few that actually is it's the one that's two-sided in this deck. For it to come out face up with cousin is amazing, because it starts out like this. So luckily we didn't get that side. STI, go to the doctor. Spend a day or two. Remember, I'm not a doctor, and there's a warning somewhere on this video about it. Spend a day or two alone, meditate. This is for entertainment purposes only. Spend a day or two alone, meditate, fast on water only, as long as it's okay with your doctor, and connect with source. This one's fluorescent too. Aquarius came out. Followed by religious differences. Release that. All of the religions, no matter which one, it was all decided by an actual person. Like, literally, it was decided what was written down, what was curated, what was presented, what remained in the book for eternity, what was removed. Like, please get to know your source, your creator, for your own, on your own, without a building or a man or any book telling you otherwise. Just focus on getting to know where you come from. Stay focused on your path. No fear, no distractions. Listen to what others do not say. Watch and hear spirit speak the truth of everything. Isn't that funny with the pearl story I told at the beginning? That's fun. Someone says they owe you an apology and an explanation. Yeah. Please let me explain. I'm so sorry. I'll say. Apologize when you know you need to apologize. But forgive for your own benefit, even if you don't get the apology you are deserving of. So the next card says self-care is your #1 priority. And then it says something about today or tomorrow. Pay attention. Once again, I'm not a doctor. This says there might be a hormone issue at play. And then it's followed by lust. So maybe someone's hormones are out of hand, and that's why they're so lustful, or why they have no lust. So see a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a psychic and a medium and a card flipper dealer person, and I know how to read, and I can talk pretty good sometimes. Please don't report my content. Share it to everyone you can. Once it's on YouTube, it is shareable to the world. Please do. Share it to wherever you think someone can actually benefit from the message, would be open to receiving a message from Spirit. Invite them to the live events. Please, please. This one was impromptu. Spirit just said to do it, and so I do it. I did it. They wanted me to tell the Pearl story, and then they wanted me to go get a whole bunch of cards and bring in here and put in my bedroom. So at first I thought I was just doing a Pearl story. Then I did get directions on what else I was going to do. And no one is here. No one's commenting. for a reading. How sad. How sad. I wonder. Ooh, cheater just flew out. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. It's October. Is your name Peter? Remember that? My grandma used to read those poems to us. My grandma on my dad's side, my biological dad's mother. She was the best. She was one of the best humans I ever knew. All of my grandparents were fine examples of the best people. But they don't make them like that very often in this decade, at least, or these decades, this millennia. Well, well, well. So there we have it. See my pajamas? See my shirt? It says Ohana. Oh, look. This is the only guy allowed in my bed. Well, these two. These two are the only guys that are allowed in my bed. I've had this pig since 2018. Isn't it cute? Or maybe I can't remember. I thought it was 2018. Was it 2019? No. I have to go back on Facebook and look. Facebook's good for archiving your events in your life. Well, I was really hoping that they were having me come on here because someone needed to know about something. Pronto. Right now. So, I should have maybe went live on YouTube. Maybe. But it's going to get downloaded and it will be uploaded to YouTube anyways. And I think I have a scheduled live event to schedule for tomorrow evening. I don't know how to schedule one on YouTube yet. I gotta figure that out. But here we are. I was actually planning on going to bed pretty soon, but way before this. Dun dun dun. 38:17. That's what time it was when you told me to look. Alright then. Listen, you guys. Don't forget to drink plenty of water. That reminds me. Eat your crunchy organic vegetables right after you pick them, wash them, and eat them. And this is a good time for harvesting all of those yum, yum, yums. And if you can, leave them fresh. Like wash them, clean them, or whatever. Get the seeds out or whatever and let those dry on towels for next year's garden. And freeze some of that stuff for winter time. Like you can freeze it and thaw it out, and it's like green peppers, like some different stuff that you can actually freeze and bring out in the winter time and add stuff, like just slightly steam it or you know, to add to stuff in the winter time. I'm hungry. Get out there and love somebody. Get out there and tell someone you're sorry. You know who it is. And get over there and hug that person that you know needs it the most. I love you, and I'll see you next time.